Their disappointment. It began from mild whispers, little mumbles that bubbled like the sipping voices in a potted up Sprite. Whispers telling me that I am not enough. I reach forth every day to the horizon. Summoning every last bit of hope, I lean towards the light. But with each pressing breath I take, the day turns more into night. While none of all expect of me a future bright, sometimes I think to myself, maybe they are right. I have a query for you, oh disappointment. Why did your face unfold to bet my plight? A child, I live with no care in the world, but your face was unveiled on my first failing grade. I couldn't understand how such beautiful smiles could be turned by a letter. Why do you beg? Why do you plead to be seen? Is there a reality where I can be away from you? Take me there. Take me to the time before we met.
Dear Sonia, at the cry of a newborn, I am called forth from darkness. You were indeed a child with no care in the world whatsoever. So I followed, I waited, I watched. Of lucid memory to me is your kindergarten race. You crossed the finish line years after your peers. You lost that day, the battle by miles. Yet, into your parents' arms you ran, with a warm smile that stretched across your cheek. The real victory was that you gave it your all. So I followed, I waited, I watched. At the advent of your first failing grade, my true face was unveiled. Suddenly, nobody saw you for who you were, but for how you performed. Then you experienced the true perception of disappointment, and your parents' warm arms suddenly grew cold. No, I am not a force beyond your control. There is a reality where I don't exist. I will take you there. An entity driven by your fear, I am. The subtle whispers crawling from behind, telling you that your work determines your worth. You look to the pieces you've poured your heart into, these creations built on your sweat and tears. Yet, they scream imperfection, so I am imperfection, you think. The sages said, failure is the only path to success. Nevertheless, you internalize failure and say, I did, therefore I am. You created me, Sonia. You alone hold the keys to my dungeon. Where failure is but an opportunity, is a reality where I don't exist. Dear Sonia, the Father is proud of you, and his arms never turn cold.